If you're one of the millions of Canadian families pouring juice every morning, listen up. Most people think juice is juice, right? Oranges squeezed into a carton, vitamins intact, no sugar added. How bad could it be? Well, buckle up, because the Canadian juice industry has some serious skeletons in its closet. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on 5 juice brands that are basically serving you reconstituted concentrate while claiming to be fresh and pure. And then, I'll tell you about 2 brands that actually deserve your hard-earned loonies. Comment what juice you've been drinking and smash that subscribe button, because what you're about to learn could change how you look at your breakfast juice forever. First up, Oasis. This brand has been a fixture in Canadian refrigerators since 1967. The brand has been voted most trusted fruit juice in Canada for 3 consecutive years. Canadians clearly believe in this product, but that trust might be seriously misplaced. Oasis is owned by Lassonde Industries, a Quebec-based corporation that has quietly become one of North America's largest juice empires. They operate 8 plants across Canada and control a shocking number of brand names lining your grocery store's beverage aisle. When you choose Oasis, you're selecting a product from a massive industrial operation, not a family business pressing oranges. The carton displays not from concentrate in prominent letters, implying fresh squeezed juice. But those oranges aren't Canadian. Lassonde openly admits on their website that Oasis orange juice is bottled in Rougemont, Quebec, made from Brazilian oranges. Your morning glass traveled thousands of kilometers before reaching your kitchen. Here's what happens to that juice before it reaches Canadian consumers. After the oranges are squeezed in Brazil, the juice undergoes heat treatment through pasteurization. Lassonde's own FAQ section confirms that most of their products undergo this heat treatment because preservatives are not necessary after pasteurization. This process involves heating juice to temperatures around 85 to 98 degrees Celsius to kill bacteria. But pasteurization also destroys delicate flavor compounds and degrades heat-sensitive nutrients. The juice that emerges tastes flat and processed. The 10-day shelf life after opening reveals just how heavily processed this product has become. Fresh squeezed juice from actual oranges would start fermenting within 3 to 4 days as natural yeasts begin breaking down sugars. The fact that Oasis remains drinkable for over a week demonstrates the juice has been processed into artificial stability. A CBC News investigation in 2014 reported on a Montreal family who discovered contamination in their Oasis juice boxes. The family found disgusting debris floating in multiple boxes from the same case. The company blamed damage during distribution, but food safety experts contacted by CBC noted that mold spores can actually survive pasteurization and grow inside containers if conditions allow. Lassonde's vice president of quality management assured consumers that as long as containers remain sealed, there's no chance of contamination. The contaminated boxes clearly suggested otherwise. The year-round consistency is the most revealing indicator. Oasis orange juice tastes exactly the same whether you purchase it in frigid January or humid August. Real orange juice varies with the seasons because oranges themselves vary. Brazilian oranges harvested in their winter taste different from oranges picked in their summer. That unchanging flavor profile isn't natural freshness. It's industrial standardization achieved through blending and processing. Next on the list, Maid. This is where the frozen concentrate industry originated. In 1945, Florida Foods Corporation developed a process to eliminate 80% of water from orange juice. Coca-Cola purchased the company in 1960 and has been refining the concentrate process ever since. When you purchase Maid frozen concentrate, you're purchasing juice that has been completely disassembled and reconstructed. Oranges are squeezed, then juice is heated in evaporators that boil off most water content. What remains is thick syrup stored indefinitely in warehouses. When it's time to sell, water is added back. The problem is what occurs during concentration. Heating destroys volatile flavor compounds. The concentrated syrup tastes nothing like fresh fruit. So Minute Maid adds back flavor from orange oil or proprietary formulations developed by the same fragrance companies that create perfumes. Canadian consumers have been shortchanged in another significant way. Reports emerged that Minute Maid reduced the size of their frozen concentrate cans sold specifically in Canada while maintaining identical prices. The new Canadian cans are noticeably smaller, but the concentration level remained identical, meaning you're making the same amount of juice. You're paying the same price for less product. The company never announced this change publicly. The only visible difference on packaging was that logos were rotated to appear upright when cans stand vertically. Minute Maid's ready-to-drink juice boxes marketed toward Canadian children contain similar problems. The convenience of a grab-and-go format disguises the reality that this juice has been processed, stored for months, and reconstituted with added flavoring. That consistent candy-sweet taste isn't the natural variation of seasonal fruit. It's engineered consistency achieved through industrial processing and flavor manipulation. The brand positions itself as a trusted family favorite with over 60 years of history serving households. What marketing materials don't emphasize is that the fundamental business model has always relied on the same basic deception. Take juice, remove the water, store it for extended periods, add water back, and call it fresh juice. That's not fruit transformed into a healthy beverage. That's a reconstructed liquid product designed for corporate convenience. Coming in third, 5 Alive. This one represents something even more troubling in the Canadian beverage market. This Minute Maid subsidiary product was discontinued in the United States years ago when American consumers stopped buying it. But production continues and sales remain strong across Canada. The name and the 5 colors of the logo refer to the 5 fruit juices each variety supposedly contains, creating associations with natural fruit variety. But examine the actual ingredient list, and the picture transforms dramatically. The first ingredient listed is filtered water, not juice, not fruit, water. The second ingredient is fruit juices from concentrate, specifically orange, lemon, grapefruit, tangerine, and lime in the citrus version. The third ingredient is where 5 Alive reveals its true nature as a processed beverage, sugar/glucose fructose. This product isn't juice in any meaningful sense. It's a sweetened beverage that happens to contain some reconstituted juice concentrate. The added sugar creates that consistent sweet taste consumers expect from the brand. A standard 250 milliliter serving contains approximately 26 grams of sugar. That's comparable to many soft drinks sitting in the same grocery store aisle. The primary difference is that some of 5 Alive's sugar originates from fruit concentrate, while the rest is added during the manufacturing process. The World Health Organization classifies sugars in fruit juice alongside added sugars as free sugars, meaning they carry similar health implications as the sugar in cola. The Heart and Stroke Foundation of Canada recommends limiting free sugar intake to less than 10% of daily calories, ideally less than 5%. A single serving of 5 Alive can consume a significant portion of that daily allowance before you've eaten breakfast. What makes 5 Alive particularly concerning is how it's marketed toward children. The colorful packaging, juice box format, and fruit imagery create associations with healthy beverages that parents feel good about providing. The vitamin C fortification allows marketing claims about nutritional benefits, but the sugar content tells a different story. You're essentially giving children fruit-flavored sugar water while believing you're making a healthy choice. The berry citrus variety contains an ingredient that might surprise health-conscious consumers. Cochineal extract provides the red coloring. That's a dye derived from crushed insects, specifically scale insects harvested primarily in Peru and the Canary Islands. While technically natural, it's hardly what parents envision when selecting what appears to be a fruit juice product. 5 Alive continues thriving in Canada despite disappearing from American shelves because Canadian consumers haven't recognized what they're actually purchasing. The juice positioning creates an illusion of health that the ingredient list completely contradicts. Fourth on our list, SunRype. This brand carries a uniquely Canadian identity that makes its processing practices particularly disappointing. Founded in 1946 in the heart of British Columbia's Okanagan Valley, this brand was created by BC fruit growers who needed profitable uses for their surplus apple crops. The company built its reputation on the image of sunny orchards and wholesome Canadian fruit. Today, SunRype is owned by Lassonde Industries, the same Quebec corporation that controls Oasis, Allen's, and numerous other brands dominating Canadian grocery aisles. SunRype openly acknowledges on their website that they source ingredients from around the world to find the best manufacturers of fruit juice, concentrates, and purees. They explain this international sourcing allows them to find products not available in North America and ensures year-round availability. That Okanagan Valley connection consumers trust? It's largely historical at this point. While some products like their not-from-concentrate apple juice use apples from the Pacific Northwest, including the Okanagan and Washington state, many other products rely heavily on imported concentrates from unnamed global suppliers. The orange juice reveals the disconnect between marketing and reality most clearly. SunRype Orange Juice's ingredient list shows fruit juice from concentrate containing filtered water with concentrated orange, apple, and slash or grape juices. That orange juice you thought you were buying actually contains apple and grape juice as fillers. The sulfites notation indicates grape concentrates are involved. You're not drinking pure orange juice. You're drinking a blend designed to hit price points rather than deliver authentic orange flavor. The concentration process SunRype describes on their FAQ page involves heating juice to evaporate some of the water while maintaining the taste. They acknowledge this makes concentrate easier and more cost-efficient to transport. What they don't emphasize is that heating fundamentally changes juice character, destroying enzymes and degrading vitamins. The taste they're maintaining is processed concentrate taste, not fresh fruit taste. SunRype's 7 to 10 day refrigerated shelf life after opening mirrors other heavily processed brands. Fresh pressed juice from Okanagan apples would begin fermenting and degrading within days. The extended stability proves this juice has been processed far beyond what that orchard imagery suggests. The brand positions itself as a healthier choice because of its fruit-forward messaging and Canadian heritage. But ownership by the same corporation controlling multiple other processed juice brands should raise questions about whether SunRype truly operates differently from its Lassonde siblings. And rounding out our worst 5, Allen's. This apple juice represents one of Canada's oldest juice brands with roots stretching back over 80 years. The iconic navy blue can featuring shiny Macintosh apples, a maple leaf, and the slogan, a Canadian favorite for over 80 years, creates powerful associations with authentic Canadian agriculture. Many Canadians grew up drinking Allen's and continue purchasing it for their own families, trusting that heritage implies quality. That trust deserves serious reconsideration. Allen's is owned by Lassonde Industries, the same Quebec corporation controlling Oasis, SunRype, and numerous other Canadian juice brands. Lassonde acquired the Allen's brand in 1999, adding it to their growing portfolio of trusted names. What appears to be competition between different juice brands on grocery shelves is often actually different products from the same corporate parent. A CBC Marketplace investigation revealed troubling information about where Allen's apples actually originate. When journalists contacted the company asking about apple sourcing, a customer service agent initially said she thought the apples were Canadian. But a subsequent email from the company clarified that apple concentrate used can come from a variety of places, including North America, South America, Asia, and Europe. That maple leaf on the packaging and the Macintosh apple imagery create expectations of Canadian-sourced fruit. The reality is that Allen's juice likely contains significant quantities of imported concentrate, potentially from China. Statistics Canada data shows that nearly 30 million liters of apple juice concentrate is imported into Canada from China annually. China has become the world's largest producer of apple juice concentrate, far outpacing other countries. The Allen's packaging doesn't tell Canadian consumers whether they're drinking juice from Ontario orchards or Chinese industrial farms. Canadian labeling regulations don't require juice manufacturers to disclose country of origin for concentrate ingredients. American regulations have required this disclosure since 1987, meaning American consumers can see exactly where their juice originates while Canadian consumers remain uninformed. A Minute Maid juice box sold in Canada contains no country information about ingredients, while the identical product sold in America clearly states the concentrate origins. Apple juice concentrate production involves boiling juice down into thick liquid, packaging it in plastic-lined steel drums, and shipping it across oceans in tankers. Once the concentrate reaches Canada, water is added back to reconstitute drinkable juice. The From Concentrate label is required, but most consumers don't understand this means their Canadian favorite has likely traveled halfway around the world before being rehydrated in a Quebec processing plant. The processing removes much of what makes apple juice taste like fresh apples. Industrial filtering creates that clear, consistent appearance Allen's is known for, but cloudiness in fresh apple juice actually indicates the presence of suspended apple solids that contribute flavor and nutrition. The clarity consumers associate with quality is actually evidence of aggressive processing that removes complexity. Allen's is affordable because this global concentrate supply chain is efficient, not because they're passing savings from Canadian apple abundance to consumers. You're paying for ultra-processed apple water sourced from whoever offers the cheapest concentrate globally, packaged in Canadian nostalgia. Starting with our first recommendation, Simply Orange. This brand represents something genuinely different in the Canadian juice market. Coca-Cola created this brand for consumers who started reading labels and avoiding concentrate. The carton displays "not from concentrate," suggesting something closer to fresh squeezed juice. The reality involves processing, but processing that preserves more juice character than concentrate alternatives. Simply Orange squeezes oranges and doesn't remove water to create concentrate. That's the legitimate difference. But the juice still undergoes significant processing for shelf stability. The process involves removing oxygen through deaeration to prevent spoilage during storage. Without oxygen, juice can be held in tanks for extended periods. Removing oxygen also removes some flavor compounds. So Simply Orange blends juice from different varieties and regions to achieve consistent flavor year-round. They may add back orange essence captured during initial processing. What makes Simply Orange better is what they don't do. They don't remove 80% of the water. They don't store concentrated syrup for months. They don't add water back to reconstitute juice. The product remains closer to its original squeezed form. A CBC Marketplace investigation confirmed that premium, not from concentrate juices, including Simply Orange, undergo significant processing and may be stored for months before reaching shelves. But that processing preserves more original juice character than concentrate disassembly and reassembly. Simply Orange sources from Florida and Brazil, adjusting supply based on seasons. At premium prices, Simply Orange delivers a product genuinely closer to fresh juice. The orange flavor tastes more authentic. The texture feels closer to real juice. For consumers unable to squeeze their own oranges, Simply Orange represents a reasonable compromise between convenience and quality. And finally, our top pick, Tropicana. The Pure Premium line is PepsiCo's flagship orange juice, and despite industrial processing, it delivers a product that outperforms most Canadian alternatives. The Pure Premium positioning suggests minimal processing. The reality involves significant processing, but processing designed to preserve juice character. Tropicana invented flash pasteurization in 1954, raising juice temperature briefly to kill bacteria while minimizing flavor impact. This technology represented a genuine advancement over concentrate methods. The chilled juice that resulted became Tropicana's flagship product and established the not-from-concentrate premium category. The company squeezes oranges and never converts juice to concentrate. That fundamental difference from Minute Maid or Allen's means Tropicana starts and remains closer to actual orange juice. The juice undergoes pasteurization and may be stored using deaeration, but it's never disassembled into concentrate and water. Tropicana sources oranges from the US and Brazil, which they disclose on packaging. This transparency exceeds what many Canadian brands provide. After the Asian citrus psyllid devastated Florida groves, Tropicana announced they would return to Florida-only sourcing, but reverted to blended sourcing as production declined. The flavor packs controversy applies to Tropicana as to simply orange. After deaeration strips some flavor, companies use orange-derived essences to restore consistency. These aren't listed as ingredients because they're technically derived from oranges. Critics argue this makes not-from-concentrate positioning misleading. A California consumer filed a class action lawsuit against Tropicana in 2012, alleging that pure premium juice is heavily processed rather than natural. The lawsuit highlighted the gap between consumer expectations and industrial realities. What makes Tropicana legitimately better is the consistent quality and genuine juice base. Every glass delivers recognizable orange flavor, not sugar water with flavoring. The nutritional profile includes vitamin C, potassium, and folate from actual oranges. The product hasn't been reduced to syrup and reconstituted with water. At similar prices to Simply Orange, Tropicana represents the best mass-market option for Canadians seeking real orange juice without squeezing their own fruit. The processing is real, but the foundation remains actual orange juice rather than reconstructed concentrate. Your morning juice deserves to actually be juice. Real fruit pressed and consumed while it still behaves like fruit, not concentrate stored for months and flavored by perfume chemists to taste consistent year-round. The truth about Canadian juice brands comes down to one simple test. Does the product separate, change color slightly, and vary batch to batch? That's real juice responding to natural processes. Does it taste identical every single time regardless of season, never separate, and last for weeks without refrigeration? That's industrial product engineered for convenience, not nutrition. Oasis, Minute Maid, 5 Alive, SunRype, and Allen's have built businesses on processing juice beyond recognition while marketing nostalgic Canadian imagery. They've convinced generations of consumers that reconstructed concentrate flavored for consistency is the same as fresh squeezed fruit. It's not. Simply Orange and Tropicana aren't perfect. They process juice for shelf stability and use flavor enhancement techniques, but they don't disassemble juice into concentrate and rebuild it with water. The difference matters for taste and nutrition. For Canadian consumers seeking the best grocery store options, these brands deliver genuine juice character that concentrate brands cannot match. The gold standard remains squeezing your own fruit at home or purchasing from local juice bars that press oranges and apples daily. That juice separates. That juice varies with seasonal fruit quality. That juice goes bad within days because it's alive. That's what real juice does. If it was concentrated, stored for months, shipped across oceans, reconstituted with water, and flavored for consistency, it's not juice the way your body understands juice. It's a processed beverage wearing juice packaging. Hit subscribe for more investigations exposing what's really inside Canadian grocery products. Drop a comment revealing which of these 7 brands has been in your refrigerator. Share this video with family members who still believe that maple leaf on Allen's packaging means Canadian apples. Your standards deserve to be higher than what these corporations have been serving. Your juice deserves to actually be juice.